Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
What's going on YouTube? It's Filthy and we're back with another video. A few people have been asking on stream last week what is the order that I would do the classes to get the Ethereal transmog in Season 24. So I thought we'd just run through this now. I've laid out a template in the videos that I've made, so I will show you kind of how I would do it. This is obviously for solo players. If you're grouping, there are things you can do with puzzle rings. There are ways to play the game at T6 with a bit of cheese that you can do. But if you're a solo casual player and you want to know how to get the transmog, this is probably going to be the best way. Now, what you have to do is you have to play all 7 classes, so you do need the Necro DLC pack. Bit of a bummer, but I would highly recommend picking it up because the Necromancer is tons of fun to play. My favourite class, in fact, in the game. Now, on each class, you're going to have to collect 3 Ethereals. Now, obviously, it doesn't mean total 3. You've got to find each individual one. So, you know, each class you're probably going to have to find about 5 or 6 different Ethereals. It's going to be quite rare, I think, for you to just get them dropping out 1, 2, 3. You're probably going to have to find a few of those beams. They do drop before 70, so you might find them when you're leveling. You can explore doing low level characters and the loot pool because you've got a greater chance of an Ethereal dropping early. I probably wouldn't do that. It seems like a bit of a waste of time. It doesn't seem like much fun. So this is all going to be approached with a view to doing it through basically getting a character to 70. Now, before we do jump in and get going, obviously feel free to join the Filthy Casual community. You know, subscribers are growing. We do have Discord. I will link that in the description. As always, guys, thumbs up. It does help me out. Now, I personally would start Monk because the new inner build that we've got here is amazing. And obviously it's quite different. We haven't had inner pet build for Monk for ages. But I would say you want to start either that or you want to start the Demon Hunter. And I would play these 2 first because they share the main stat. I've just released a Season 24 Monk Starter Guide, so I will link this in the description. This will show you how to level pretty fast as the Monk, and then you would then, once you've got yourself to 70, you're going to then move on to this video here, how to set up inners, and this will show you how to put that build together. It is incredibly strong. I've tested it with just the inner gear that I had off season, and you can absolutely demolish GR100 very fast. So you're then going to move on to Ethereal inner speeds. You know, you're going to collect the Monk Ethereals as you go. Hopefully you get something usable. Inners is great because you don't really need anything in, you know, specific. You can play it with whatever Ethereals you've got. Finish this one out. It will probably, you know, you'll have to do some bounties. Inners is great for that. You'll have to do some keys. Again, Inners is pretty strong. You'll build up some resources. You'll find some pieces with dexterity on, which you can then hop over onto the Gears of Dreadlands. Now this was like, you know, always 100+ speed farm build with Ethereals. It goes even faster. So again, these videos will be linked. Feel free to check them out. We've also got the T16 version of the Demon Hunter, which is pretty fast. So those 2 should go together pretty quickly. You know, obviously you can spend as much or as little time as you want on these classes. You will be able to build them up. Now the third one that I would then do is the Barb. Barb is very easy to level. You know, it's very easy to build. Whirlwind, it's not too bad. There's not too many pieces. Again, you can do keys, you can do T16s, you can do GR speeds with Barb, and again, it will give you a nice solid footing. Now, whilst you've done these 3, you don't have to start with Monk, hop to Demon Hunter, and then to Barb. You could do it the other way around. You could go Barb first. We do have all the Immortal King stuff on here. We've got all the Demon Hunter starter stuff, all the Monk starter stuff. So whichever way you want to start this with these 3, I would do them these 3 first because they are the most powerful and easiest and most casual friendly builds. Whilst you're doing this, make sure you rank up a Legacy of Dreams gem to 99, and then what I would do is I would swap over and I would do the Necromancer next. There is a guide here completely on how to set up mages for T16 with very few items, so you can get yourself a Necro key build. You can also repeat this trick with the Witch Doctor and play Dagger of Darts with, again, very few items. So your Legacy Dreams gem will piggyback you into these 2. I'd look for some keys on these, and then obviously be looking to spend them on the Demon Hunter, on the Monk, on the Barb, just to carry on, you know, gaining in power, gaining in gem levels, augments, and all that kind of stuff. So that just leaves 2 classes once these 2 are done, which is going to be the Wizard. I would probably circle back around and play Firebirds. It is one of the strongest builds in the game, and with the Ethereals it is going to be a little bit nutty. By all means, you could redo the Legacy of Dreams trick for the other 2 intelligence classes, but Firebirds is just so strong. I think it's very simple to get your head around. So yeah, I would probably do that. And then that just leaves the Crusader. And obviously, as you play the Barbarian build, you will find some strength pieces. And I haven't actually done a guide yet on this, but I probably would do Thorns Bomb, which again is a Legacy of Dreams. So I will probably do that once the season starts. But if you don't fancy that, if you do fancy putting together a more traditional build, I would use the Aegis of Valor Lightning Crusader. So this one. So that's a T16 guide here. You can do it for GRs. It does require a little bit of putting together, which is why Thorns Bomb is possibly a bit easier. So what you want to do as you're going through all these classes, you want to be keeping your Legacy Dreams gem at 99. You want to be saving ancient pieces, you know, stuff like maybe if we load up D3 Kadala, we'll just go through some items that are going to be worth keeping, because that is probably a good idea, isn't it? Google Kadala. D3 Kadala is what we want. So good items to get that are available on all classes are going to be things like Firewalkers for Witch Doctor. They are quite useful for breaking doors. Same for the Necro, really, until you get your Stewart's Greaves. We can pick up obviously things like Aquila Cuirass. We can get Cindercoat, a Stone of Jordan that I've used in most of my T16 builds to find the Ethereals, because obviously you just match the element. So one of these would be great if you could get it ancient. Obviously Convention of Elements is completely cross class. You've got things like the Depth Digger trousers. Let's see, they call them pants, don't they? So Depth Diggers, again, very good. Hexing Pants obviously is cross class as well. Blackthorns, keeps them with fire on if you get them. You might be able to use them later. Leoric's Crown is always a decent shout. Dariel's rolls with physical. So there's basically plenty of things. If you find something and it is a cross-class item like that, and it's ancient, things like in-gym, stuff like that, then do save them, and then you can build yourself these Legacy of Dreams builds very easily, and you will be able to kind of piggyback from one to the other. Now, how long is this going to take? Well, that is an interesting question, and we won't really know until the season starts. The theory is that the Ethereals are going to be between Primal and Ancients. Now, my experience on PTR was that they were popping out about 4, maybe 5 times more often than a Primal, so they will be more common, but that still doesn't mean you're going to find tons of them. So this is going to be a little bit of a graph. Now, what you can do is, as you go, again, save any ancient puzzle rings, and let's say you've got a couple of classes to mop up. Let's say you get to this point, you've still got the Wizard and Crusader. By all means, at that point, pop your ancient puzzle rings and try and see if you can speed the process up. A few people have asked about cow level. I wouldn't do that. I don't think you can get enough items to basically go out of your way. By all means, you can do. Nothing wrong with it, but I just think doing GR90 as fast as you can, because obviously you don't get any more items after 90. Doing T16 just as fast as you can will probably yield you the Ethereals fairly fast. But obviously, the more Paragon you have, the easier it's going to be. The more game time you have, the easier it's going to be. And obviously the more access you've got to gems, materials, and all that kind of stuff. But let's just have a little go to Maxroll, and I'll show you the Ethereals. We don't want to restore the last session. So every class will get, let's start with Monk actually, because that's what we're going to be playing. Every class has got 3 of these. You're going to have to collect each individual one to unlock the transmog. They've all got really good powers on them. They add quite a lot of juice. It's worth your time finding them. The random legendary effect can be frustrating. Obviously some builds do require lots of things to set up, so it'll just kind of depend on luck. If you're interested in 3 builds that you can play without really caring which Ethereal you get, again, we've made a video for that, the top 3 builds for casual players that do not need specific Ethereals. I've also given my thoughts on the fastest start for the season. So there's plenty here to get your teeth stuck into. Hopefully speaking, this has helped you out. As I say, that is the way I would do it. I would do Monk into DH, into the Barbarian, then circle around back for Necro, Witch Doctor, Wizard, and then probably knock out the Crusader last. And that gives me the most time to find pieces with Thorns secondary rolls, because that is obviously what the Crusader really likes. So I think that's going to be the hardest LOD build to set up, in my plan. So I will do that last, because it just makes sense that I've got more time to find items. But that's it. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Season 24 starts very soon. It can't come soon enough. I don't get to play, I don't get to taste the glory till Saturday. But yeah, I hope you find the ethereals that you need. I hope you have a really good RNG opening night. I'll be back with some more videos just as soon as I can. Take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.